Hi, everybody. It is Irada talking. We extremely apologize for this technical problem as far as we decided to keep this event a little bit on hold because many people would like to join a bit later. But we will be starting within 6 minutes, if you don't mind. Thank you very much for your understanding. At the time of the meeting, of course, you can ask any questions, but I would like you to wait until the end of this presentation because you might find the answer to your question while me presenting, talking. So if you have any other questions, of course, you will be able to open your microphone, open your camera, and ask me. This stream is also shown on Facebook. And a little bit later, I will open your camera so you see me better. And it will be live streamed on Instagram, but after it will be replaced by a recording. All right, you will see me. Hi to those people who haven't seen me before. Hi also to those ones who have seen me before and who has already worked with me. I think it's time for us to start. Would you please tell me if you see everything, if everything is okay, just to the chat box. Please let me know if you hear me and you see me well and you see my screen. I will be also holding a phone for Instagram Live. And today is our Promise Study in USA Live. I hope everybody sees me and hears me, and that's amazing. All right, so I see some people joining. Good. For those people on Instagram who have recently joined, this is the seminar for UniBroad, and this is a seminar dedicated to study in USA. This is Irada talking. Unfortunately, I will not be able to show my face to those people on Instagram, but I hope you will see me very soon. So I guess it's time for us to start. I know that everybody's interested in USA because this is a dream country. Everybody lives the American dream, and everybody wants to study, work, and live in USA. So today, UniBroad will be describing this particular product for study abroad purposes. So let's go. Okay. Here we go. So why people choose USA? Yeah, I see that you see my reflection. So why people choose USA? Well, it's many reasons. First of all, in USA, you can find the most popular universities. You can find world top universities. And like these names that you have seen on the books from your childhood, maybe some posters. So it really creates the idea of an ideal place to study. So it's a hub of global universities. Secondly, USA is, of course, it's top one for its cultural and ethnic diversity, because you might be a student from, let's say, Azerbaijan, from Uzbekistan, but once you travel there, you can see people of many different ethnic groups and cultural belongings. You can see many different religions, so it's a great experience for a young man or a young lady to witness. Secondly, of course, it's excellent support facilities because, as you know, USA is top one in technologies, so everybody run for best technologies, and where the place for best technologies are, this is the place for best studies. Also, flexible academic environment. It means that, well, you know, in a Western system, the curriculum, the type of education is a little bit different. And let's say if post-Soviet countries, in CIS countries, in Turkey, in let's say in India, in Pakistan, if the education system is pretty fixed and you cannot opt for anything new, USA is pretty flexible about that. So academic flexibility is also a big advantage with USA. Also in USA, It's working opportunities, because as you know, of course, like any country, USA also gives advantage to those people who studied in USA, and then they offer a working place to them. So that's why people opt for USA. But when you travel to USA, you do not really consider some challenges that you may have. Generally, when a student travels to study, he or she can have a particular list of problems. The first one is, of course, homesickness and cultural shock. Homesickness is explained by the mentality of the region, of the CIS region, that we mainly are very family oriented, and we do not live our adult life, let's say from the age of 18, different from the Western world. And of course, it's a different country. It's a country of a different world. That's why you can face cultural shock. In this case, Unibroad really recommends to Google the mentality of those people, to see the multicultural values, and just to make sure that you not have any embarrassing moments when you are in touch with the local community. The second and the biggest problem is, of course, language barrier. As you know, language barrier is the most important requirement, one of the most important requirements when you enter the university. But an academic knowledge is not always very helpful when it comes to similar communication with the community. So, and you need to prepare yourself for traveling before by Googling the language that is really spoken in the country. Of course, it's financial crisis. I guess this is the biggest problem that anybody can have. A lot of students that we work with see USA as a dream country, but they do not understand this is a very expensive place to go to, and plus to study. If you are thinking about USA to study, you need to understand and take all the responsibility for financial issues that you may have. And of course, this new educational system, as I said, their system is pretty flexible. So it might be a little bit hard for you, because in CIS countries, in Turkey and etc., in Russian Federation, our classes are more teacher-oriented, but in the USA, it's more student-oriented and student-initiated. So let's go on to the okay. My laptop does not want to listen to me. Okay, here we go. Now it's the time to see all three steps that we have in any case, including, of course, the USA. The step number one, of course, is admission. So you cannot do anything else but waiting for your admission first. The second one is registration, and the third one is visa. Registration means what? It means if a university gives you an offer, you have to confirm this offer, pay the deposit, and register for the classes. Of course, there is something that we call in our professional world student excitement. So students would like to do everything at one time. So let's say when they apply to the university, they already try to, to round up the documents for the visa process. They try to assign the visa interview. So please do not rush. Everything has its own time. So before you decide to go to USA, there are 3 points that you have to consider. The first one is, of course, eligibility. So you have to be eligible for the program. As in all countries, USA has the set of common requirements. Of course, they might differ from university to university, but generally, eligibility includes a GPA and your language proficiency, which comes second, if you can see it on my screen. In USA, it's a 4-point system of GPA mainly. So your GPA for, let's say, bachelor or maybe master's degree should be the very minimum 2.3. Well, this is the very minimum of required GPA. GPA, for those people who do not know, GPA is your overall score during your last study. So let's say if you would like to apply for a bachelor degree, you need to submit your school transcripts. But if you would like to study for a master's, it will be your university, your recent bachelor degree transcripts. So there are some applicants who have 2 bachelor degrees, and they do not know which one to apply with. So that's a flat fact for you. You can apply with that one which has higher GPA. Please, when you think about studying in any country, not only in USA, you need to also to remember that there's such an understanding, which means major change. So let's say if a student studied political science as a bachelor degree, he cannot study energy engineering or like mechanical engineering, because these are different families of faculties. So also please bear this in mind. Let's say if you studied interpretation back home, because there's no such faculty as interpretation in Western countries. So if you study something like interpretation, you will be able to study something related to this family. It might be political science, it might be international relations, or whatsoever which is related to this program. The second and the most important one is language proficiency. Of course, when I say language proficiency, everybody thinks about one thing, and it's Ielts. Yeah, that's true. Ielts is very, very appreciated in academic world. But please remember that Ielts is not the only one option. Ielts is a pretty expensive exam, and it costs 200 euros in all countries right now, because it's a payment which is set by British Council. So it costs 200 euros. If you have Ielts, that's amazing. If you don't have it, please do not worry. Please talk to Unibroad before you take this exam, because sometimes Unibroad can offer you an alternative. As we are partnering with many universities, they do accept equivalents. Let's say Duolingo, ITEP, TOEFL in some cases. Sometimes, in major cases, Unibroad even pays for your Duolingo test. Well, Duolingo test is something which costs $50, like, plus minus $10, including taxes. And Unibroad pays one time for you to pass this exam. All right. And the third one, and the most important one, is payability. What is this? Please, 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 you should understand that USA is a very expensive product on educational market. So if you have already talked to us before, you have seen this question of us about your maximum budget. We always ask this: what is your maximum budget? Maximum budget is the money that you are able to pay for your tuition fee. But please remember, there are other expenses, especially in USA. In USA, in order to get visa, you have to have a bank account which exceeds your tuition fee at least in 2. I will give you an example. For example, if your tuition fee costs $15,000, all right, you will need to have an account of minimum $35,000, $40,000. Why? Because this payment includes not only your tuition fee, but also your accommodation and your living expenses. Just running before the case, please do not try to trick us with fake bank statements. This is something not very good, and it will be understood by us or by the embassy. So top rule in working with Unibroad is please be honest with us so we can help you. Before you go to, let's say you have been admitted to the university, students usually ask us, what should I pay first? Well, the first thing is not the tuition fee. The first thing is your deposit. So this is a non-refundable amount of money which secures your place and which means your confirmation of the place. After paying this deposit, it might be double deposit. It might be a deposit for your tuition fee and for your accommodation. Let's say if you do not find any place in your campus, they will refund this money to you, but usually it's a must do. After this, you need to start your visa application process. Let's go on to the next slide. Okay, so it's again reluctant. All right, let's go on. Now, my favorite topic, scholarships and discounts. Please remember, there is no such a thing as a free lunch. So no full scholarships. Remember this. Why? Because you need to understand, guys, you're a foreigner, so why do you need to study for their taxpayers' money, right? Of course, some of you right now will say, no, we know that there is a full scholarship. We know this. Yeah, I also know it. And full scholarships are usually covered by funds, by special associations, or by the government. So it might be a governmental program. No company can promise you full scholarship. Generally, scholarships are not promised. If there is a person who promises it to you, do not believe him. It's a fraud. Please remember, because scholarships are merit-based. We have two types of financial support. One is merit-based, and the other one is need-based. So merit-based scholarship is money that you earn because of your academic background. So let's say you are a very smart person, you have a GPA over 3.4, let's say 3.4, 3.5, and you have very good language performance, Ielts 7 and over, you can get a scholarship. And soon you will see some of our students who got a scholarship. But remember, scholarships do not fully cover your education. This is impossible. As I said, only in some cases. Let's say if you are a researcher, usually it's for postgraduate research cases. Maybe you're an outstanding scholar who would work in NASA after. So of course, every rule has its exception. And on UniBroad, you can also see it. Let's say this year, one of our partners announced a full scholarship. So this is also very competitive. I'm not saying no zero scholarships from us. I'm just saying full scholarships are very rare, almost impossible in USA and in English-speaking countries, and pretty popular in Europe, because Europe values, upcomers more. And if you see, it depends on the university. So UniBroad never guarantees scholarship, but we can predict a scholarship. So we can say, yeah, you're pretty eligible for scholarship. Let's say the maximum scholarship that we have seen from the American universities is like annually $6,000, $7,000, which is pretty big. All right, but remember, if a scholarship is merit-based, it can be canceled because of your academic performance. All right, so the scholarship is completely at the disposal of the university. So the university makes a decision. How can you learn about your scholarship if you won the scholarship or not? It comes along with your admission paper. Recently, I was working with some students from Uzbekistan, and I guess some of them may be watching me right now. They said some myth, which is walking around Uzbekistan. They say, particularly this country, they said that if you win a scholarship, you get a bigger chance to get visa. This is not true. Please remember, scholarship is something which is very personal between you and the university. This is not true. All right, we will be talking about visa process a bit later, but so far just talking about scholarship, I wanted to say, do not believe people who have not experienced it themselves. All right. Now, coming back to discounts, if you see, UniBroad offers a lot of discounts. So this is one of our biggest advantage. First of all, UniBroad does not charge any money for service. So as you know, we do not take any money for service. There's only one fee, which is $5 as an application fee to activate your account for a program. So this is something which is paid on the website. Some students prefer to get our help. Some students say, okay, I can pay it off on myself on UniBroad. So we do not take any money from you to get your admission paper. We do not charge for anything. So no, consultations are free, admission is free, like everything is free from our side, except of application fee, which is $5 per application. So if you know, universities have an application fee. Let's say it may start from $50 up to $200, but UniBroad waives it. So you do not need to pay an application fee for the university if you apply through UniBroad. Yeah, this happens. I'm not talking about some European universities. So currently we're talking particularly about the USA. So any application with USA through UniBroad will be with no application fee from the university side. All right, so not our side, but university side. Now let's go on. Also, we have just coming back to the previous slide. I just wanted to say we have many discounts. It might be an early bird discount. So if you like, currently we have some students who are applying for next fall intake for next semester. I mean, not semester, but the intake September 2022, and they're pretty probable to get a discount. The discounts start from 5% up to 25%, depending on the reason of discounts. And a discount is something that we can promise or we can predict with a 99% of making sure. Because a scholarship, as I said, it does not depend on us, but discount is completely at our disposal. Let's go on to the next slide. Why apply with UniBroad? Like, I love this question a lot because it's pretty creative, so I can improvise all the time on this question. Why apply with UniBroad? Well, first of all, if you are an unexperienced user, you might have a lot of questions, and you all may know, I guess, all people who are here right now, they have tried to Google some universities, and they try to apply themselves. Maybe you have already applied yourself. So the thing is as follows: you simply upload your documents to the university on the program that you have chosen. You do not know whether you are eligible or not, or maybe you know you are not sure about your letter of personal statement or like motivation letter for bachelor degrees. So nobody informs you about these cases. You simply send your documents to the university, to the admissions team. You pay your application fee. You wait for 2 months, and at the end of the month, it comes as a rejection. So you need a professional advice, and UniBroad is always happy to advise. First of all, we consult. Of course, I guess you have seen UniBroad's website. You can do everything autonomously. So you can choose a program yourself by using filters. You can do everything yourself and simply send us an application. But we always advise, talk to us before, consult with us. Of course, as employees, we will be very happy to get simply the documents to apply, and that's it. But we prefer to take a long way and to consult. So first, you need to talk to us by saying, hi, my name is this, I'm 25, this is my case, what would you think? I would like to go to Norway, or I would like to go to the USA. What would you tell me? So what would you find useful for me? So we need to talk first of all. Then if you see as a second option is certificate waivers. If you remember when we were talking about Ielts, I said that Ielts is not a must-have. It's a welcome thing, but it's not a must-have. So we have a lot of applicants who say, all right, I will take my Ielts next year and I will call you later after. So no, you don't have to have an Ielts. And please do not stay away from messaging us if you don't have any Ielts. For us, appropriate language is enough, all right? Because we have a language team as well. So if there is a need, we can check your language and then even give you some further instructions. Among some other certificate waivers, as you know or might know, for master's degree specifically, GRA and GMAT are required. So like it's optional, GRA or GMAT. So, and this is a specific exam which should be taken, but UniBroad can waive them in some cases. When? If your GPA is high enough, if your academic performance is high enough. For bachelor, SAT is a priority, all right? But still, you can have Ielts on the way, so it's not a big problem, all right? But please, my message is do not run for all certificates before you talk to us, because first of all, it's extra money. You will lose a lot of money on your way. Second, it's extra time. You're losing your time, and let's be honest, you get tired. All right, so there's, oh, all right. So then guaranteed admission, what does it mean? UniBroad does not take up over all cases. So we do not accept everybody. We have a very strong paper control, like document control. Because I guess you can understand it's migration, it's like some fake documents or like low payability, eligibility, and whatsoever. So we do not take up every case. Before we take any case, we check eligibility, we check financial payability, we check visa history, and we check whether this person is not a potential immigrant, because we are very sensitive about immigration processes. We will be talking about it later. So if we take up a student, an applicant, a candidate, we can guarantee admission in the case if you follow our instructions. Sometimes we see a student, let's say, who says, I want to get George Mason University, but we know this person is not eligible. So he is not meeting requirements of the university. If the student insists, we can do this. Well, usually we don't, but we can do this. But we do not bear any responsibility for the outcome. So if you want to work with UniBroad, we would really appreciate your trust. Later, for like this month, next month, you will be seeing the stories of our students who traveled to USA, and they will, I guess, tell you that the first thing they did is just to trusted us. So we need your trust, because we are not interested in your rejection. We are interested in your admission. Well, the next thing is discounts and scholarships, as I said. The next one is registration. If you see it here, what does it mean? Let's say after you get your offer, depending on the university, you have to register for your classes, you have to pay your deposit, and many students, all students, find it hard. So that's why our agents, we do support you, and usually we do it together with a student. So we make sure that everything is right. All right, Zaur is asking me questions. Zaur, good luck to where you go. It will be on Facebook, it will be on Instagram, it will be on YouTube. Thank you very much for being with us, Zaur. And thanks, Nazima, for supporting us while I did not see this message. So let's go to the next one. It's accommodation support. What is this? Accommodation support is when, let's say if the university offers you a campus, we can try to reserve your place. UniBroad does not bear responsibility for this, but we do support you. We have seen some students who said, no, I want to get an apartment, so I see the Statue of Liberty from my window. No, we do not do this, guys, but we simply support you to get your accommodation done. It might be an apartment, but in case it's an apartment, what we can do for you is just, we can provide you the contacts of our alumni, so like of those people who have traveled from UniBroad before, so they can help you with that. All right, but we do not really work on finding apartments. The next one is visa process support. What does it mean? We consult you on all the documents required. We check the, let's say, we check whether the documents are pretty well prepared. All right, and here we also need you to be honest with us. I will be talking about this later. Then pre-travel instructions. You can see it here. What does it mean? Well, we simply inform you about the city you go, the state you go to. We tell you which applications to use, which restaurants to go. So we simply give you some guidance. Please remember, we did not start being in touch when you travel to the USA. So like if you think, all right, I'm out at the airport and for goodbye UniBroad, no, it does not work this way, because we will be with you throughout all the processes. We will be here for you if you have any problems there. It might be a university's admissions office does not answer you. It might be some vaccination. It might be insurance. It might be some other thing that we can help you with. So we will be supporting you. Don't think that you will be alone on your study way. Now, let's go to the next slide. And here is my favorite slide. Please, please, please. You need to remember, UniBroad does not work with immigration. Dear friends, we do not help people who are trying to migrate. No green card lottery. We do not do this. We do not do any blue cards. We do not give an admission if a student wants simply to go there to tear the passport apart and just to stay there and work in the taxi service. Please remember. We do not also work with people who are seeking asylum. So no political reasons. And we do not work with people who have any other reasons except education. So we work with those people who really want to study. If you want to stay there after your studies, if you want to get a job, that's amazing. And this is the idea of studying abroad. But if you want to migrate with your family, if you want to get something like health tourism, this is not about us. Now, UniBroad also does not guarantee scholarships and discounts. We do not guarantee it, but we can predict it. Or we can say, no, you're not eligible, or maybe you're eligible. So we also do not guarantee accommodation because it's not our responsibility, let's say in case of apartments or whatsoever. And of course, UniBroad does not guarantee any visa approval. You need to understand, because nobody can guarantee it. Even the embassy does not know what happens today. All right, but we might predict the outcome of the visa. So usually those people who are married with underage kids, we try to inform them about high rate of rejection. So it's like 50-50, it's a Russian roulette. If you need our help on visa processes as well, like just let's say consultation or whatsoever, it might be this, like you entered a different university and you simply need help from somebody who is informed. Also, just let us know, we will help you. All right, for nothing. Now let's go to the next one. What Unibro does for you. This is very interesting because usually people say, all right, what do you guys do for me? Nothing. Well, that's not true. Simply you did not feel it because it's behind the curtain. So first of all, we consult you on general process, like how does everything work, what you need to do before, what you need to do after, and whatsoever. We also check your eligibility, and this is top priority for us. So before saying, all right, let's say Samantha or Sarah, we're taking up your case, we check your eligibility. We also choose best match programs for you. Sometimes students do not know which program to apply for, so they ask for our help, and we consult. All right, so we, of course, we consider your wills, we consider the location, we consider your budget, we consider your eligibility, your payability, and whatsoever. There are some people, many people, who say, I see myself in New York, only me and the Statue of Liberty. So we will try hard to do this, and it's not a big deal, but if you are eligible and payable. Then the next one is create an offer. Well, this is one of the most important ones because what does it mean to create an offer? Unibroad creates an Excel file for you. And we include those universities, those programs, those majors which we think are suitable for you the most. All right, you don't have to agree. Like if you did not like something, you can say, well, I would like to get some more options. No problems. The person who is assigned to you will be trying hard to find something which satisfies you. All right, but please do not abuse this case. So because we have seen it a lot. People are asking for like 4 or 5 offers, and at the end of the day they say, all right, I did not really actually need this, but I just wanted to see how your system works. Please do not do this. So we also inform you on possible discounts and scholarships. We work on your documents. What does it mean? We work on your documents. This is my favorite one because not everybody can prepare resumes, curriculum vitae. Not everybody can write personal statement of 800 words for a master's and a motivation letter for 600 words for a bachelor. So usually we do it, or we upgrade it. Let's say there are some amazingly interesting students who say, hey, Rada, I have prepared a motivation letter. Could you please upgrade it? Could you just take a look on that? So we also work on this as well. All right, we also support you with any kind of letters. Let's say some professors at the university, they say, all right, if you want to get a reference letter, you bring me one, I will sign it. So Unibroad will be there for you, okay? We create a letter specifically for you, and we never leave you alone. Then we apply and keep you posted. What does it mean? Apply and keep you posted. So we always, like every day, we have a catch up with you. We say, all right, today this happened, that happened, this university replied this, and that university said this. Sometimes we try to do something that you want, but we see it's a risky thing. So we try to offer you an alternative. Like we had this with some of our students. I knew that GRA and GMAT will not be waived, so would not be waived. So we decided to apply to a different university, and we said Unibroad takes all the responsibility for this. And as at the end of the day, that university got an admission to these people. Let's go on. We also consult you on visa processes. Well, as I said before, we even prepare you for the visa interview. So we meet up with you. We have a special visa department, language department who are working on your answers. We say what to say, what not to say. All right, this is very important. And we also check your pre-visa documents, which is very, very important. And all other responsibilities related to the process. There's something that I want to say. If you remember, I told you, please be honest with us. Honesty is the key to success, because we have seen some cases when students were not very honest about their financial state. They were not honest about their visa history. So we had some students who had 2, 3, 4 rejections, but they did not tell us. Of course, we will know it, but it will be too late. So we will not be able to help you on that side. So we are your friends. Just please share everything with us so we can carve an offer for you. This is the question which is pretty popular. Which documents are required? Of course, it's passport-sized photo, it's passport, it's language proficiency certificate, but if applicable, if you see, remember, it's very welcome, but not must-have, because Unibroad can guide you through the way. It's also resume, it's a CV. Regarding the form of the CV, it would be great if you have a CV with a photo. It can be Europass, it can be any format that you would like, because USA does not pay attention to this. Europe is more picky about that. There is one more thing which is required. It's vaccination passport. If you are over 18, you are required to have it. Otherwise, it will take a month in the country of you to go to. And this vaccination has to be accepted by the country you're going to. So if you travel to USA, it can be Pfizer, it can be Moderna, it can be Johnson & Johnson, and many other things. So it's if you see it's school certificate for those people who apply to bachelor degree, and it's bachelor diploma for those who are applying for a master's. In some universities, school certificate might also be a requirement, even if you're applying for a master's degree. If you remember, I told you there are some students who have 2 bachelor degrees. Please send us all your documents so we can pick the most, the strongest ones, all right? Also school transcripts and university transcripts. We had one case with students of Management Development Institute of Singapore in Tashkent. I learned the name at the end of the day, so I learned it. According to their regulations, they have not even taken their transcript yet, so they're taking them only in early October. And if you know, without official transcripts, it's impossible to apply to the university, or even if you apply, you cannot get an admission. But we waived it. So the student who did not have official documents is already in USA, because the university trusted us. So they decided to wait, and they gave them extra time. All right. So just let us know about your concern, and we will be able to help. You don't have to have all the package of your documents to message to us. All right. So the next one is personal statement. If you see, it's personal statement, or it's a motivation letter for those people applying to bachelor degree. It has some framework. If it's a I'm very sorry. Something happened with my computer. I'm happy that you're back. I'm very sorry. It was some technical problem. Let us get back to live streaming, because they might have some questions. And let's go on. All right. So we were talking about the documents, and right now I want, if you see this red highlight, I just want to say, please do not provide fake documents. It's not because you're bad people, all right? It's simply because you would like to get a bigger chance to study abroad. And this is totally natural. But please do not make it harder for us to understand. We have seen, I personally have seen fake Ielts. I have seen fake, like, you know, financial affidavits are like very popular. I have seen even fake passport. Please do not do this. I have seen bank statements created by, created in Photoshop. Do not do this, because we will not be able to help you, and it will be too late for us. So it will be like, you know, after your visa is rejected, and it's very dangerous, because if the embassy sees your document is fake, they can inform the law enforcement services in your country. So simply please be honest with us so we can tell you what to do. All right, let's go on to the next one. Here are the steps. Which steps to make? Well, first of all, if you have any question, like whatsoever, concern, contact us on unibro.co, the website, all right? Or like Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever you use, all right? Send your documents to Unibro for eligibility check. So if you see, we have a set of questions that we send to the student, and then we say, could you please send us your documents? Do not be afraid of sending us your documents, because we simply take a look at your eligibility, your GPA, your passport, and everything. When it comes to Uzbekistan, guys, it's the red passport, not the green one. I know you have very similar documents, so it's the red one. For other countries, it should be the foreign passport. The next one is schedule an online consultation. What is this? You can request even me, even I can talk to you. So if you need me, you can just say, could you please tell Irada so she comes back to me. We can meet up. My team can meet up with you, so we can give you the lines. The first, you will tell us, listen, I want to USA. I have only $10,000. What can we do? All right, and we will start, you know, elaborating on your answers. Okay, so analyze the offer list prepared by Unibro. If you see, remember I told you about the Excel file. Unibro loves creating options, alternatives. All right, we say, all right, choose up to 3 options in this list, and we can go forward with them. All right, why not 15 universities? First of all, because this is not rational. As Unibro guides you through the universities, we can say, listen, this university is all right, you're eligible, but this university is not for you because of that reason, or like those reasons, or something else. Let's say if you have a limited budget, you still meet the requirement, but you have a limited budget, we do not recommend taking such states as California, Nevada, Miami, Florida, New York, because these are tourist attractions. So everybody goes to Las Vegas. Of course, in Las Vegas, it's very expensive to A, study, B, live, rent an apartment, buy food. So student destinations are a bit different. Of course, we all know that the best clubs in USA is in Los Angeles. They are in Los Angeles. We all know it. So you can travel there even if you live in Arizona or whatsoever. So we also consult on these issues as well, and we upgrade your paper package if required. Like it's again, it's a personal statement, it's resume, whatsoever, and please follow our instructions. So we can say today you need to give me a bank statement, or like how much time do you need to provide me a bank statement, because we need to keep the university waiting. So you need to be very closely in touch with us, no matter which country it is. But in USA, it's a little bit hard, because if you know, it's only not only the admission, you also have to find show the financial affidavit of support. You have to request I-20. It's like a long process toward the visa. All right. So here is it. If you need us, what you can do? Well, first of all, you can contact us on Unibro.co. It's a website. You can find the chat on the website. You can even look through the website before you talk to us. Like you can say, listen, I have found the university I like on the website. What do you think? Will I be eligible? All right. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can call us. You can find our numbers on our website. And here are our mails. The most important mails are as follows: inquiries Unibroadco if you have any questions. Application Unibroadco if you have some documents to send, maybe eligibility check or whatsoever. We also have support at Unibroadco if you have any problems with us, maybe with if you have any problem. And if you need me, if you think it's only me that can help you, here is my corporate email. It's Irada Hasanova at unibroad.co, like dots here. Do not stay away from contacting me personally or my team or like Unibroad. We have a very big team, so we reply within 2 hours maximum if it's eligibility or whatsoever. It might be a bit different of time zone or whatsoever, but we do reply all the time. So here is the end of my presentation, and now I am ready for your questions. Thank you very much for being so patient. Now I would love to see your faces, and I would like to get your questions. Instagram can also give me any questions. I am ready. So let's go. If anybody needs help with the microphone, that's okay. Do you guys have any questions? All right.
Hello, Irada Hasanova.
Hi.
My name is Donor Mahmoudjanov.
Nice to meet you.
Me too. I'm also from Uzbekistan. And first of all, I want to say thanks for sharing very valuable information. And I'm really very happy. And
thanks. I'm happier, believe me.
Yeah, thanks so much. My first question is about that language proficiency. I mean, English proficiency level. So, before I'm getting informed about you and your this company from my friend Uslanbek, I have already applied for the Ielts exam, which will be taken on the coming 30th of October.
All right. When? So, I'm just making some notes. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Then that my friend told me that it can be the too late for spring semester. So yes. That's why yesterday, 3 days before, I choose Duolingo, and I passed the exam, and I got 105.
105. All right.
Yeah, and after that, my friend Uslanbek told me that at least I must get 110, and 105 is not enough. Is it true? My first question is
yes. I work on Ruslanbek's case, and he is already my assistant, so he knows everything, and he is totally right. First of all, let's come back to your Ielts. You told me that you registered for Ielts in October.
Yeah, right? It's the 30th of October.
30th of October. This is pretty late. Yeah, and it was PB or CD, like paper delivered or paper-based? Or
it's computer-based exam.
All right, so you would get your answers within 3 days, which is November 2nd and 3rd. All right, and then you opted through Duolingo. Duolingo 105 is not enough for direct entry masters. As for direct entry, universities require minimum 6.5, no bands lower than 6, or 7 overall. So depending on the university that you would pick, it would be minimum 115 or 120. All right, for the direct entry. But you, with your result, you can apply for a pathway program. 105. You can apply for a pathway program, but me personally, I would say just get prepared for like 5-6 more days and increase it for 10 points. This would be a piece of cake for you, all right? So you don't really need Ielts, but also you need to tell us your major, because sometimes in many universities, deadlines are closing by majors. As far as I understand, you would like to apply for January 2022 for spring, right?
Yes.
Classes in the US start from minimum 4th January up to 17th, 18th January. So right now it's already upcoming. So you need to hurry up a little bit. You do not really need to take your Duolingo right now, even. You can submit your documents to us. We check your eligibility. We get an application done, and then Unibrood requests you to take Duolingo test. So I'm just saying we don't need, we should not lose your time. I mean, because you don't have to wait till your Duolingo is 115. If Ruslanbek told you, we had some cases with their Duolingo as well, because there were some people and they were taking up them again and again. And Unibrood covered their Duolingos for one. So what I'm saying is that you can even save this $50 if you apply first to us and then we request Duolingo from you, okay? So right now, there is no problem in applying with 105.
Yeah, it will be cool. Thank you. Can I ask my second question?
Of course, even third.
Yeah, okay. You know, actually, at university, I also just graduated this Management Development Institute of Singapore in Tashkent. So my major, my faculty was banking and finance. So in master degree,
notes, all right?
Yes. My question is that for master degree, do I need to choose a major? It is related to my previous faculty, or may I choose different faculties like medicine or like medical based faculties, or you understand me? I think.
Yeah. So you would like to change your major?
Yeah. I mean, is it possible?
This question is very tricky because medicine is a different world in the United States and in everywhere. So something that might be possible is medical management, but still it will require some extra knowledge. It might require some extra knowledge. So far, my answer would be you would have to pick something related to your topic. So it might be banking, finance, it might be management, it might be business management, it might be MBA. So it has to be something related, but you can also apply for a bachelor degree if you want to take up medicine. And you can change your major in this way. Just talking to you, I remember something very important. First of all, I need to appreciate the quality of Uzbeki students, because we have received many applications from Uzbekistan and they all had amazing language and amazing GPA. You have a lot of universities which teach in English language, and this is amazing. But there is a regulation. So people think if you studied in English language, you do not need language proficiency test. Many people think this way. This is not completely true, because there is a regulation in Western countries, USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. Even if you studied in English language, even if you studied completely in English, fully in English, if your country is not English speaking, you still will have to take the test. So the language of education does not really matter, but there might be some exceptions. Let's say I know that there are many British universities in Uzbekistan, in Tashkent primarily, right? So if you want to apply to Europe or to the UK particularly, you don't need any certificate if this university is approved by the European citizen. Sorry, a European Union. Why citizen? No, it's the end of the day, so I'm a little bit tired. Yeah. So coming back to your question, it will be very hard to change your
I understand.
Change your major. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, thanks so much. I understand. And you asked me that I need to send you the documents, and which documents does it include? Can you explain more?
Of course, I can show you them again. They were here. So this is passport size photo, digital photo. It might be a white background, blue background, red background, whatsoever. It's like simple photo, like 3 to 4, or you can simply cut it out from that one, which is on your passport. We need your red passport. With Uzbekistan, it's red passport, not green one.
Okay.
Send me your Duolingo test, your 105. send me your resume, CV. If you do have any vaccination passport, you can send me that one. We need your transcripts, and I know that you haven't received your transcripts so far, so you have unofficial transcripts. Send them to me, please. And if you have any personal statements, send them to me, plus 2 reference letters. We also need 2 reference letters, all right, from your professors. Some universities may even require 3, but we are okay with 2. If you don't have them, that's okay. Just text me, send me an email. So you tell me the professor's names, and we will prepare a reference for you, so they can just simply sign it. So we save our time. All right. Here's it. Just take a note. Yeah. Plus, additionally, 2 reference letters. You should send them, all the package. All right, to application@unibrook.com. Oh, sorry. Or what happened? Or you can send it to my email. I see some questions on Instagram too. I'm sorry, guys. I will be back to them just shortly when I finish with the applicants. All right. Something else?
Yeah. Okay. It's
sure.
It's clear. Thank you so much.
Welcome. It was my pleasure. I will be waiting for your email. All right.
Yeah, of course.
So now let's go to some questions on Instagram. Not a lot, but still. So hi, with Ielts 8, can I get funding for Masters in Education? I mean, without taking GRE. Yes, with Ielts 8, it's very, very good. So Ielts 8 can really give you a bigger chance to get a scholarship, but GPA is important. GRE will not be required if your GPA is important. And I'm not sure about the full funding, but you will get a very good scholarship if your GPA is okay. GPA is your overall band at the university. GRE is an extra exam, all right, which is required for the master's degree. Are students required to know basic knowledge at university studying law? In America or in Canada? Well, there is a person, Vispera 05. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I understood your question correctly. Could you please elaborate? At university studying law, what does it mean? Basic knowledge? I'm not sure if I understood your question. Could you please specify? So far, no Instagram questions. My Zoom friends, come back. Any other question on from Zoom participants? Maybe you would like to ask something. If no, I will go on talking.
Another one question. Right. May I ask you?
Of course. Sure.
Miss Iroda Hasanova, you know, I also participate as a work and travel participant in 2019. So does it help to me to get a visa, or it's just nothing and already happened in the past? What do you think? Yeah. Thank you for your question. And my answer would be it does not do anything for you, because the visa types are different. When you work in travel, it's J1 visa. If you are applying to get some education, this is already an F1 visa. So it does not affect anything, unfortunately. But you don't need to be bad to be sad about this, because it's no problem, you know. Yes. When I work with the Uzbeki students, I always say, guys, please do not think that embassy will not give you a visa. This is not true. If all your documents are in order, why not giving you a visa? You have a right to study, so there is no problem. If the embassy sees everything is clear, you are very transparent, why not? Because you go to their country to pay money for the education, so they will be pretty, you know, okay with that. But coming back to visa thing, please, 2 things that we are usually hidden from is marital status. People do not tell us if they are married and if they have kids, because they think that it might affect visa decision. So even if we do not know this, the embassy will not know it, will know it. So it's better for us to know in advance, so we can give you some guidance. And if your visa was rejected,
Also, there is something else. We work with many different countries. We work with Uzbekistan, with Azerbaijan, Turkey, Russia, Moldova, Ukraine, like a lot of countries. But there is a problem with Uzbeki applicants, particularly with your applicants, guys, because we always get requests about USA and Canada only. And sometimes the student is not eligible, or we see a visa threat, or the student got visa rejection. Of course, as UniBroad, we have to give you advice. And we say, all right, what about European universities? What about American universities in Europe? And you guys are so reluctant. You don't want to hear this. So you say, if not America, not anything else. If a person wants to study, I think he will be open to any options. And you need to remember that there are many, many universities with American license in Europe. So let's say some students got visa rejected and they want to apply again. We never recommend apply again, because once you get your F1 visa rejected, you don't need to apply again, because usually, despite some cases, it will be double rejected, and it's not good at all. So what we usually say is, well, you can try to Europe. We have a lot of different American universities in Switzerland. We have American universities in the Czech Republic, in Germany, in many, many different countries. So you can go there. We have an American university even in Italy. So you can go there, you can get your American degree, and you can travel to America from Italy. We had one case with an Azeri applicant. He was an amazing guy, but he could not afford USA, and his eligibility did not meet the requirements of the USA, so it was a pure visa rejection. What we did actually is we sent him to Italy to study, and during studying in Italy, he worked on his language. He worked part-time, so he saved some money, and he entered an American university after Italy. So it was a double degree, so he could study his second year in the USA. And there is no visa rejection here, because if the university sends you to the second year, you will get your visa for 100%. And now he lives in New York and he has a company there. So UniBroad does, when we try to consult you, we try to create alternatives. You know, I love saying that you have to have plan B all the time. And Uzbeki guys, they have only plan A. You never have plan B. Yeah, but with your case, it was not about your case. I was just remembering about this. Yeah. Here is some, oh yeah, it's Nodir. Which universities in UK accept students without Ielts for masters with Bancor diploma? As I said before, Nodir, you will be required to have Ielts or an equivalent. Because Bangor is a Singaporean university, so it's not a British university, and mainly they will require Ielts from you, or it might be not only Ielts. By the way, something about UK, the United Kingdom. Maybe you know, maybe you don't. Ielts has 4 types. Some people think it's 2 types, but actually it's 4 types. When I say it's 4 types, I mean there is academic Ielts. There is general Ielts, UKVI Ielts. This is what I'm going to talk about. And there's life skills. So for the UK, many universities appreciate UKVI, because UKVI is open like UK visa, all right? Like UK visa. So if you are planning to go to the UK, please consult with us, all right, before you take any test. All right. Yeah, well, the problem is, Nodir, thank you very much for your smileys, and thank you very much for your notes. The problem is that it might not be licensed in the UK, all right? So I'm talking about Management Development Institute of Singapore in Tashkent, all right? So I'm talking about this particular branch. It might not be licensed in the UK, so they still can require an Ielts from you. But still, thank you very much for you being so positive. So some other questions? Maybe some, I see a lot of people being here, but guys are not asking any questions. You can open up your cameras, you can open your microphones, and you can talk to me if there is anything else. I'm 17. When should I submit my documents to universities of USA? Thank you very much for your question. you are 17 and we understand it, but did you graduate from school, or you are on your first year of the university? Could you give us more information? And depending on which intake you would like to apply, there are minimum 1, maximum 6 or even 12 intakes in the United States. So depending on what time. So far, the spring intake is open. Yes, Nodir, welcome. So yeah, our students require, yeah, this is the same question. You are very, very passive, guys. So like all people who are watching me through Zoom right now are very passive. So you do not really want to study in USA as far as I see. All right, if you have no other questions, I would like to leave so far. And if you need any of our help, let's say if you need us to help you with I don't know, like with consultation, with anything that we can be helpful with, we will be very happy to receive your emails. We will be online very soon with different countries. All right, do not wait for any diploma, do not wait for anything, just go to us straightforward, but make sure you get your documents ready. Do you guys have any other questions? Maybe somebody has any questions? No? All right. So maybe you will tell me what was the reason for you to participate here. Maybe somebody somebody was interested in something else. No? You don't even want to share your experience whatsoever. All right. Thank you very, very much for being with us. It was a pleasure of mine talking to you. I will be waiting for your email. You are the only one person that I saw today. All right. Please keep in touch and follow our social networks. Have an amazing evening. Bye-bye.